Thank you, and good evening. Before I deliver what I promise will be very brief remarks, I'd like to ask you to stand and join me in a moment of silence to help memorialize the victims of the terrorist attack in Moscow yesterday. Please stand. Thank you very much. On behalf of the Board of Directors of the National Collegiate Conference Association, the sponsor of NMUN New York, welcome. I wish to offer the thanks of the Board to everyone involved in the 2010 Model UN, and especially to our terrific volunteer staff. They write the background guide. They write the background guide, serve as directors and assistant directors of our NMUN committees, and generally support our Secretary General and her senior staff in making this a truly worthwhile conference for all of our participants. NMUN New York really operates on the basis of several working principles. First, do it right. In a world where acting stupid is very often an ideal subject for a reality TV show, make a difference this week by representing your assigned nation intelligently and honestly. Second, work hard. This week is not a spring break. You can expect us to do our jobs well, and we will. We expect, in turn, that you will work long and hard, and we know from experience that NMUN New York will help develop or reinforce work habits that will assist you and other people you affect far beyond this conference. One of my former students, who now works for the United States federal government in Washington, D.C., put it this way: through Model UN, you become a part of the political process, and you see how it works firsthand. Model UN whets your appetite for politics and provides you with the tools you need to become a more informed and engaged individual on the whole. I really can't express how similar NMUN is to the real political world, and would recommend the Model UN experience as an essential educational tool for any student. Third, get it done. Don't get bogged down in the trivial and unimportant. Work cooperatively with your peers where possible, and watch your tone. And remember that we are not simulating the verbal assaults which now characterize how the United States Congress works or doesn't work these days. In other words, respect the process. Your directors and assistant directors are there to help you and to ensure that the debate in committee involves substance and not endless arguments over things like the duration of time allotted to speakers. Fourth, remain engaged. Another one of my former students, now a successful American television and film producer and director, has noted that Model UN did not affect his choice of careers, but it has affected his commitment to people. He has worked with non-governmental organizations, former U.S. President Jimmy Carter and the Carter Center in Atlanta, Georgia, and Sam Njomo, former president of Namibia, on, quote, the needs of the southern world and the role we in the north can play. My former student produced Los Anos Magicos, a fundraising video on his own time and with his own money to further Latin American development projects. In his community in America, he has served as a zoning board chair, chairman of the board of trustees of a local independent school, and he founded a neighborhood association. Because of his influence in Hollywood and the economic resources he can access, he remains committed to combating what he calls the ignorance we Americans wallow in today. He has frequently told me that the NMUN experience has reinforced the lesson that we are our brother's keeper. Finally, I will close by quoting two people. Felipe Ante served as Secretary General of the 2010 NMUN Latin America in Quito, Ecuador, and is now at NMUN New York as an assistant director. He told the delegates assembled in Quito this past January, and I quote, "We as Model UN participants have an incredible advantage, and that is we really care about the problems that make this planet an imperfect place in which we exist. We have understood that it's not just our duty but our responsibility to be sensitive to the innumerable issues that come up every day. We have looked back and we have seen the terrible atrocities that humans have been capable of, and that puts us in a better position to attempt resolutions that may save millions of lives. This could be our legacy. My political hero in life is former U.S. Attorney General, Senator from New York State, and 1968 American presidential candidate Robert Kennedy. He often said that each time a person stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, these ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. Try to make Felipe Antes and Robert Kennedy's words part of your legacy this week. After NMUN concludes on Saturday, stay politically engaged, work hard, remain hopeful, and most of all, try to make a difference. In short, do it better than my generation, which often screwed up, attempted, and often failed to do. Best of luck this week. Thank you.